considered inferior than... Let me know, are women considered inferior than men in Quran? Kindly explain. They're not considered inferior. That word is very negative, and that's why a lot of maybe misunderstanding happen. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created everyone from one nafs, from Adam, because he created Eve from Adam's rib, and then from them too many tribes and nations. إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. The closest to Allah is the one who has the most taqwa. Okay, so is there a possibility of a woman to be better than a man in the sight of Allah? Well, Maryam alayhi salam would have been better than so many men, and so would have been Asya, as per the hadith. However, men and women are different. Okay, men and women are very, very different. Okay, so there's more men who are obviously what's called kamal, or more comprehensive, and that is because of how men and women have been created and their tests. Each one of them have been tested, and their jobs. So in general, men have been given more authority and more optionality because of their job and because of what they have to do and because of how they've been created. Okay, um, so in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you look at it, okay, a man and a woman, they what they have to do and all that, it's basically there's a lot of similarities. Also in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's a lot of differences between men and women. All right, and the Prophet ﷺ was very clear. There's no, beating around the bush. For example, when he said that I saw that most inhabitants of Jahannam, of hellfire, are women. But then he explained why. And the women were interested to know why, so they don't become one of those. Sadly, today, a lot of women will get upset. Instead of wanting to know what not to do, then they'll want to basically deny the hadith or get angry or leave Islam or something like that, right? So that's not how it is. It's just that we are different, being created. For example, most women are like that and will be like that because they don't want to listen to Allah. Men, in their fitra nature, is a little bit different because of what they've been created for. They're more self-regulated. Women need to be a little bit regulated, again, based on why were women created like that and why were men created like that. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. So Allah will test you which one of you is best in deeds. Allah has put a test. It's a cliche statement, but it's a test. But men and women are different. Now, on the nature of men and women are weaker than men, 100% on many things. Okay, in general. Yet they are stronger in certain things. And a lot of brothers don't realize that. For example, seduction, manipulation, resilience emotionally. Women are stronger. Iman, strength, leadership. Men are stronger, 100%. Okay, so men have been given that leadership because they're stronger, because in that sense they are a lot better endowed than women. All right, so we're just so different, and that's where this whole like inferiority, superiority comes in. Now, let's get to the bottom of it though. In terms of hierarchy, a man is above a woman. Bidaraj, there's a level above. As Allah says in the Quran, that they have a certain fadl and a certain level above. Responsibility, accountability, authority all go together. It's not that they're just like, yeah, we're men, we just do whatever we want. It's not like that, okay? Because it comes with also punishment. But they are above, okay? So Allah is above everyone, 100%. Then the angels release the information and the wahi to the prophets. Now, is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam better than the angels? Yes. Yes. Okay, so there's a man above the angels. Okay. Adam alayhi salam. Why do you think the angels had to prostrate to him? To show a superiority of man over the angels by knowledge and by the choice of Allah. Now imagine the angels will be asking this question. They'll be upset. Oh, Why? And they did, right? They said, أتجعل فيها ما يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك. يعني, why are you creating this man who's going to spill blood and cause corruption? And we praise you. How are we better than him? Allah says, I know what you don't know. Adam's better than you. So, there is a hierarchy. Allah above everyone, okay? Obviously, the Prophet, the Khalifa, the Prophet, and so on. Then the man, Rijal, men, okay? They are responsible. Then women under them. Is there hierarchy? Yes. Is there a scale? Yes. On that scale, are men above women in general? Yes. The man who, by responsibility, authority, and accountability. Yes. Below the woman, the children. Now you can imagine like the children will be asking this question because it's relative. They say, oh, are children considered inferior to their mothers? Well, yes, in a sense they are. Oh, wait a second, but there's boys and girls there at that level. So you see, it's not really necessarily just about just gender. It's really about position. And Allah has put in position men above women by authority, because it has to come with authority, by accountability and by responsibility. So guess what? In general, the man will be asked about the woman. In general, he is responsible for it, not her for him. In general, there's of course responsibility she has, but in general, he will be questioned and punished about her behavior. Her for herself, of course, but this is how it is. You understand? And this is reflected also in the hadith of the كلكم راعي وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. And Allah says, Al-Imam مسؤول. He is the Imam. So he gives a hierarchy. الرجل مسؤول. المرأة هي مسؤولة في بيت زوجها. In the house of her husband. So there's a hierarchy. Okay, I hope that answers the question. Now,